This week I had sessions with two professional athletes, and I said something to the both of them that genuinely created a pause. I told them that I believe confidence and doubt can coexist. They were both pretty surprised. Hi. If you're new here, I'm Dr. Haley Perlus, and every week I share a mental toughness moment, practical tools and perspectives to help us all perform better in sport, work, and life. And if that's something you're interested in, please make sure you subscribe so you don't miss the next one and you help us get into the algorithm. Now let's talk about why confidence and doubt can coexist and why what you're calling doubt might not actually be doubt. Because somewhere along the way, we've learned that if we're confident, we shouldn't have doubt. And if doubt shows up, somehow that means we've lost confidence. I don't believe that's true. And I think believing it is true can actually create another problem for performers. Because now, not only are you preparing to perform, you're also monitoring yourself to make sure you feel confident enough. And the moment a doubtful thought appears, something must be wrong. So let's start with confidence. When I talk about confidence, I'm talking about belief in your capabilities. I believe I have the skills. I believe I can learn the skills. I believe I have the preparation. I believe I have the ability to meet the demands in front of me. All confidence. But here's the important part. Belief doesn't have to be absolute to be meaningful. You can believe you're capable of doing something and still have a part of you that wonders, can I actually do this? Think about that. You can believe I have what it takes to compete at this level and also wonder, can I beat this person today? You can believe I'm prepared for this and still have the thought, what if I don't perform the way I know I can? One doesn't automatically cancel out the other. And research supports the idea that confidence and performance don't have a one-to-one relationship that we sometimes assume. In general, confidence is associated with better performance. Of course, we want confidence. I'm not trying to convince you that you don't want confidence, and I'm not trying to convince you that doubt is better. I'm also not trying to convince you that you should doubt. We don't need doubt, but we don't need to fear it either. Because the presence of doubt doesn't necessarily mean the absence of confidence. And before we even get that far, there's something else I want you to consider. Are you sure what you're experiencing is actually doubt? Because I think we're sometimes labeling things as self-doubt that aren't self-doubt at all. Let me give you an example. I mountain bike. And sometimes I look up at the trail and I think to myself, this trail is going to be really hard. Is that doubt? What did I actually say about my capabilities? Nothing. I made an observation about the difficulty of the trail. It did not penetrate my confidence. So it's different. Let's say you're walking into a competition and think, this field is stacked. Is that self-doubt? Not necessarily. Maybe the field is stacked. You're acknowledging the quality of the competition. This is going to hurt. Maybe that's not doubt either. Maybe you understand the physical demands of what you're about to do. What if you said, I've never competed at this level before? That also could just be a fact. I don't know what's going to happen today. That's uncertainty. I'm nervous. That's an emotion. None of those statements automatically mean I don't believe in myself. I don't believe I'm capable. And that's an important distinction. Difficulty is not automatically doubt. Uncertainty, not automatically doubt. Nerves, not automatically doubt. And acknowledging that something is going to be difficult, challenging, is not automatically doubt. Be careful what you label as doubt, because sometimes the label creates a problem that wasn't there in the first place. You think, this is going to be hard. Then you catch yourself thinking, this is going to be hard. And suddenly, why am I doubting myself? I shouldn't be thinking this way. Where did my confidence go? I need to get that confidence back. See where I'm going here? And now you've gone from acknowledging that something is difficult to questioning your entire mental state. But you never actually doubted yourself in the first place. You simply said, this is going to be hard. And guess what? It might be hard. Mental toughness doesn't require us to pretend that hard things aren't hard. It doesn't require us to pretend we're not nervous. And it certainly doesn't require us to know what's going to happen. Now, sometimes it really is doubt. Sometimes the thought is, I'm not sure I'm capable of doing this. I don't know if I'm good enough. I don't know if I can execute under pressure. Okay, now you're questioning your capability. So I can call that doubt. That's doubt. But even then, I don't think you have to panic because I think it's normal. Remember what we started with. Confidence and doubt can coexist. You can have a strong belief in your capabilities and still have moments when you question them. You can believe in yourself and still wonder. You can believe you're prepared and still have questions. And perhaps we've created an unrealistic standard when we decide that confidence only counts when it's 100%. Because now the goal becomes eliminating every last bit of doubt before we give ourselves permission to feel confident. That's not necessary. I actually think that's a lot of wasted energy. So instead of immediately trying to eliminate the doubt, start by asking, what is this actually? Is this difficulty? Is this uncertainty? Is this an emotion? Or am I genuinely questioning my capability? Label it accurately. And if it really is doubt, come back to what you do believe. What do I know about my capabilities? What evidence do I have to support my preparation? What skills have I developed? What have I handled before? Something close to this. How have I handled it before? What do I believe I'm capable of doing right now? Not, how do I make this doubt disappear? It's not what it's about. What do I believe? And then give your mind a job. What does my performance need from me right now? I always come back to that. Is it my breathing? Is it my pace? Is it my technique? Is it my strategy? Is it my first step? Is it my next step? My next shot? My next turn? Because that's where your performance happens. So get into that process. It's not improving every doubtful thing is wrong. It's doing what the moment requires. And that's why I keep coming back to this. Mental toughness isn't about controlling what shows up. It's about developing the capacity to perform with whatever shows up. So the next time doubt, or what you think is doubt, shows up, don't immediately assume you've lost your confidence. First, get curious. Is this actually doubt? And if it is, remember, you can question your capability in one moment while still carrying a much larger belief in what you're capable of. You don't need 100% confidence and 0% doubt in order to perform. You can believe in yourself and still have questions. And maybe that's the mental toughness moment. Confidence isn't the absence of doubt. It's having enough belief in your capabilities to perform even when doubt comes along for the ride. So here's what I want you to take with you this week. Confidence isn't the absence of doubt. It's having enough belief in your capabilities to perform even when doubt comes along for the ride. And before you decide you're doubting yourself, pause and ask, is this actually doubt? Because acknowledging that something is difficult, uncertain, or uncomfortable doesn't mean you don't believe in yourself. If this mental toughness moment helped you think differently about confidence and doubt, subscribe to the channel and share it with a friend who might need to hear this message too. And until next time, have a wonderful week, and I'll see you in next week's Mental Toughness Moment.